Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for the evening, the Bramer and Dixon of rock and roll, Lynn Bramer and Mary Dixon.
Yeah! How about that Tributosaurus?
Oh my God!
They can stomp into any musical era they want. Thank you, Tributosaurus. And thank you, City Winery, for your tradition of hospitality, wine, and sweet grooves. And if you see little hearts flying in front of your eyes, it's because we're on Facebook Live on XRT.
Thanks to Tito's Handmade Vodka for helping to inspire us tonight. I thought all the little hearts were the all-American mules that they have on offer this evening. We also want to thank the Greater Chicago Food Depository for working every day to end hunger in our community. And thanks to you, the XRT listeners, for voting in the 2017 Listener Poll, because for every one of your votes, Tito's donated $1 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. You know what that added up to? $10,000.
Come on!
Yes!
Well, that calls for a toast.
To you.
A Tito's toast. And I'll say this for 2017, Mary. It kept me off the wagon.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Tito's is so smooth I can drink it like water. Was it me, or did 2017 seem like 2 or 3 years?
It does seem like a very, 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 very long time since we witnessed the biggest inauguration ever. And 250,000 people wearing pink hats in Grant Park.
In 2017, we all went outside, put on our protective eyewear, with one notable exception, and watched a near-total eclipse of the sun, all without listening to Bonnie Tyler. The Cubs were good, the Sox were rebuilding, the Bulls were unbuilding.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers celebrated their 40th anniversary with a show at Wrigley Field last June. We saw a bunch of you there. And then we lost him a few months later. We said goodbye to Chris Cornell and Walter Becker and Gord Downey and Pat Denizio. We did say hello to Mitch Trubisky.
Trubisky, that's all we got? I mean, I love the guy, but we need a little more for the effort.
It was kind of a weird year.
We confronted the ups and downs, the good and the bad, as we always do, bravely, with our favorite music, movies, and TV shows. But a lot of them were about some tough issues: racism, sexism, consumerism, global warming, nuclear threats, fighting Nazis, and other fantasies, like saving civilization with dragons!
So tonight, we review our favorites from 2017. I'll run down the best TV shows.
Jason Thomas is in the house. He'll roll out the best concerts of the year. Emma Mack is here.
Yeah.
With the best venues for seeing all those shows, and Ryan Arnold will run down the rookies of the year.
Oh, don't worry. Lynn will be back, and he will give us the albums of the year. And then our teacher's pet, our Hall of Famer, Terry Hemmert, will announce the best songs of 2017 as chosen by you, the XRT listener.
And a special mention for our guest timpanist, the retired engineer, Mark Nielsen. We tried this show without a timpanist last year, and it just didn't work. So yet another retiree of WXRT who does not know the meaning of the word.
So,
looking at you, Frankie Lee.
yeah, really.
But first, we need to review the best movies of 2017. Come on, everybody. Let's go to the show with the regular guy.
Nobody plays that song better. Not even the guy who originally did it. Of course, that's what you guys do all of the time.
That's what we say all the time.
That's what you say. How you doing, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the City Winery. Oh, my gosh, it's so great to be here tonight in a leadoff position on a Tuesday night that I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but it's one of my bowling nights. Not just any bowling night either. It's the bowling night the team, the Holy Name Society of my parish, 7 Holy Bloody Martyrs. And you know over there, they don't care if you go to Mass or not, but you miss bowling? Oh my God, penance is on the way. But I don't care because it's the Listener Poll special and we get to count down the top 10 movies. Are you guys ready for that? So what we're going to do is start with number 10. That makes sense, right? All right, number 10. It was the movie about a hammer-slinging god that sounded like a rock festival on a fjord. Thor Ragnarok. Number 9. Number 9. You guys ready for that one? Number 9? All right.
Number 9? Number 9?
It was the sequel that was 35 years in the making. It stayed true to the original. It showed that in this future, even after all of these years in Los Angeles, it still has not stopped raining. Blade Runner 2049. Number 8, the truthful and believable relationship between a strong-willed mother, a daughter who wants to spread her wings, and the love of a Dave Matthews song, Lady Bird. Number 7, the music and mayhem fever dream that included mixtapes, high-speed behind-the-wheel action, and the last time we'll ever see Kevin Spacey again. I can hardly say it. We're talking about Baby Driver. The number 6 best movie, they all came back for more interstellar fun, but it was the little sprout that had us in the palm of his branch, Baby Groot, who helped make it the number 6 best movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. All right, so now let's go to the top 5, the cream of the crop. You ready? All right. It mixed horror. It mixed comedy and racism and the ultimate meet the parents' nightmare with the scariest spoon ever. The number 5 best movie, Get Out.
We just got here. We just started.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about you guys.
All right.
Nobody leave, because we're at number 4. It showed that a girlfriend in a coma can be funny and entertaining, even when it's not a Morrissey song. Number 4 best movie, The Big Sick.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know. Oh, it's serious.
It brought an intense and pulse-pounding story. And while it was no day at the beach, it showed history's greatest evacuation off of one. It had us all singing God Save the Queen and not the Sex Pistols version. It was the number 3 best movie, Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk. All right, that brings us to the epic passing of the lightsaber from Luke and Princess Leia to Rey and Finn and Poe. And in 4 weeks, became the biggest box office movie of the year and number 2 on the listener poll. Star Wars, The Last Jedi. But I wouldn't count on that being the last one. I just wouldn't. All right. She was molded out of clay into an Amazonian princess who left her island hideaway to bring down the Kaiser and become not only the summer's biggest movie, but the biggest movie directed by and starring women. And in a year like this, you voted with the lasso of truth. The movie voted number 1 on the 2017 XRT Listener Poll. Wonder Woman.
Now please welcome to present the award for Best Television Show, the beloved Mary Dixon.
I want you guys with me every morning. Be a little crowded in the studio. All right, well, it's nice to see everyone again. And I want to tell you about the top TV shows, which we got to vote on this year. And it's very appropriate because they're calling it the golden age of television. Whether we're watching an old-fashioned family drama on broadcast TV or streaming something entirely new, our choices have broadened, and so has the quality. And, you know, Some people cannot stop watching cable news and tweeting. But a lot of us really watch our shows because we want to escape reality, the harsher realities of what's out there. So what did XRT listeners like to watch this year? Shows about fighting for the throne, about friends battling dark forces, about women fighting back against sexual abuse and harassment, sometimes with dudes' own dogs. It's escapism. So here are the best 10 shows of 2017 as chosen by you, the XRT listeners. At number 10, the story of a family that moves from Chicago to Missouri for a quieter life and also to launder money for a drug cartel, Ozark. At number 9, this was an exceptional year for Wicker Park, for Steppenwolf, and for Carrie Coon. Number 9 is Fargo. And number 8, this series opened up with a beauty of a song by Michael Kiwanuka that we played for a bunch of the year with some really powerful women, Big Little Lies. At number 7, a perennial favorite of XRT listeners, The Big Bang Theory. At number 6, another perennial favorite that finally came back to us, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Fatwa! At number 5, this prequel stars the pride of Naperville, Bob Odenkirk, as Slippin' Jimmy from Cicero, Better Call Saul. At number 4, they're just sticking to the comedy, Saturday Night Live. At number 3, now I do have to warn you, you should not watch this show unless your doctor has ordered intravenous fluids for you. This Is Us. There's too much weeping when you're watching that show. Number 2, this is a show you stream with your kids while you explain to them that in the 80s, you couldn't DVR or stream or pause TV shows to go to the bathroom. You just had to watch them when they were on TV. Stranger Things 2. And the number 1 TV show of 2017 tells us what we in Chicago already know, that queens rule, that we don't need permission to defend ourselves in the North, that if you're a dragon, be a dragon, and most important, sisters come before misters. That winter is here. The number 1 TV show in 2017 is chosen by you, is Game of Thrones.
Please welcome, in a matter of moments, to announce the winner for Best Concert, Jason Thomas.
Thank you. Give it up for Tributosaurus. These guys are great. They can do anything. They can play anything. So, yeah, concerts. One of the ways that we're completely spoiled living in and around Chicago is that when an artist or a band announces a tour, it's almost certain Chicago is going to be on that list. And there are more concerts than any one person can get to in a single year, although some of us do try and get to them all. And we have countless venues that we love to visit here in Chicago. Emma Mack, right there, she's going to tell us about those in just a few minutes. But yeah, if you're a music fan, seeing it done live in one take in a room full of people, enjoying it as much as you do, it's a special thing. It's a unique experience. And that's just one of the reasons why XRT has promoted thousands and thousands and thousands of concerts over the years. It's what music fans do when they want to take it all in and just spend an evening with like-minded individuals that enjoy the music as much as you do. And we know our audience spends a lot of nights out on the town, so you're a reliable source when it comes to documenting the year that was in live music. So here are your picks for the best concerts of 2017. Starting off the top 10, these shows, they were all about the Pink Floyd classics, the Us and Them tour stops. Number 10 was Roger Waters at United Center, July 22nd, 23rd, and 28th. All right. So number 9, it involves the band that played the song American Idiot as often as they could in 2017. I'm pretty sure they played it at every single show in 2017. And they did it this past summer in Wrigleyville. Number 9, Green Day at Wrigley Field, August 24th. Number 8, a Lollapalooza 2017 headliner that came back for more in the fall of 2017, a band that had the #1 album in the XRT Listener Poll in 2010 and 2013. We'll see how they did in 2017 in just a little bit. Number 8, Arcade Fire at United Center, October 30th. All right, number 7. Not every show on this list is an arena or a stadium show. This one is a bit of a smaller venue, a festive occasion at the beautiful Chicago Theater on the night of December 10th. Number 7, the XRT Goose Island Holiday Jam with Spoon and Real Estate. It was a fun night. Number 6, when a Beatle hits the road and makes a stop in our area, it's a pretty safe bet he's going to make the list as long as his name is Paul. Nothing against Ringo, but, you know, Paul's a bigger deal. We all know that. Number 6, Paul McCartney at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in Tinley Park, July 25th and 26th. 2 shows. Top 5. Thank you, Mark. Number 5, a husband and wife band. They entertained for 3 nights at the Chicago Theater, and they're making a habit of it because they're going to be playing there again Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. Number 5, Tedeschi Trucks Band at the Chicago Theater, January 19th, 20th, and 21st of 2017. All right, number 4, another band that's coming back for more in 2018, Lynn Bramer and Mary Dixon. They have your tickets all this week on the XRT Morning Show, I believe. Dead & Company? Yeah, they do. All right. They're going to be at Alpine Valley in 2018, but the number 4 concerts of 2017, Dead & Company at Wrigley Field, June 30th and July 1st. The show's at number 3 with a Chicago band that had somehow never played the Chicago Theater. Throughout their histories, Wilco and the Chicago Theater had never come together until 2017. Number 3, the Wilco Winterlude 2017 at the Chicago Theater. It was back in February. Number 2 was a band celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Joshua Tree, and when you're celebrating an album as big as that one, you got to play at the biggest venue in town. That's exactly what they did. Number 2, U2 at Soldier Field, June 3rd and 4th. And here we are at number 1. The number 1 show of 2017 is selected by you, the XRT listeners. It was with an artist that we'll never get to see again. His music lives on forever. And if you were at this show, you might have mixed feelings when you look back on it, because you're sad you'll never get to see him again, but you're incredibly happy you saw his last gig here in Chicago. Number 1, the late Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in the rain at Wrigley Field on July 29th. The top 10 concerts of 2017.
Please welcome your Lady of the Overnight for the Best Venue category. It is Emma Mack.
That's so sweet. Hi, I'm Emma Mack. I DJ overnight at XRT. It's been brought to my attention there's a conspiracy theory that Laura Monday and I are, in fact, the same person. She's right here. Let's hear it for Laura. Proof. We're rarely in the room at the same time, so there we go. And that's very flattering, by the way. But yeah, as you guys know, the XRT community is a concert-going community. We spend our free time at all of the venues around town because we know that these historic rooms have the power to take us away from reality for a couple hours, which these days is really nice. We have an incredible variety of venues. There's the majestic Chicago Theater in downtown Chicago, the vibrating floorboards that might break through at some point at the Empty Bottle in Westtown, the newly reborn Thalia Hall on the south side, which is gorgeous, and then a ton of stuff up north, Aragon Ballroom, the Riv, the Vic. This is just to name a few, but of course, where we find ourselves tonight, the lovely City Winery. Let's hear it for City Winery. And you guys are pros at show going. We're never deterred by the smell of stale beer, a less than optimal view, a sticky floor, or even Lynn Bramer's dancing. I got him. I thought this was a roast. This is not a roast. Yeah, you know, they may be flaws to some, but we know it's what makes these places so endearing. We hold Chicago's music venues close to our hearts. It's where the music that we hear on XRT quite literally brings us together. So without further ado, let's see what you guys voted as the top 10 venues of 2017. All right. Coming in at number 10, Lincoln Hall. Okay. Starting small. Number 9, up north, Aragon Ballroom. Number 8, even farther north, Space in Evanston. Number 7, bit of a wild card, Fitzgerald's. All right. Number 6, Wrigley Field. Jeez, can't say anything. Number 5, Vic Theater. Coming in at number 4, we have Metro. Number 3, City Winery. Coming in at number 2, Thalia Hall. Here we go, the best venue of 2017 as voted by XRT listeners, the Chicago Theater.
Please welcome your man who takes you into the evening. Here to present Rookie of the Year, Mr. Ryan Arnold.
These guys can play anything. Let's hear it for Tributosaurus one more time. Sorry for muddying up that performance with my dancing. So this category is very relatable to me, to Emma Mack, and to Laura Monday. You see, we've each been on the air at XRT for about 5 years, which makes us rookies of WXRT. And that is a long time to be hazed. Bramer. Now, some of the artists XRT listeners voted as Rookies of the Year find themselves in similar situations, minus the hazing. Bramer. Because many of these artists have been making music for years, but it wasn't until 2017 did they make their impact in the hearts and the minds and the ears of XRT listeners. But that just proves that sometimes music only has to be new to you to be new. So here are the top 10 artists in the 2017 XRT Listener Poll Rookie of the Year category. Number 10, sought after by many bands as their opener last year, Low Moon. Number 9, handpicked by Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey to open for The Who, Barnes Courtney. Number 8, making Chicago really proud, Whitney. Number 7, showing that not every song that comes out of Nashville has to have twang, Anderson East. And number 6, this band's sound is rooted firmly in the arena rock giants of the 1970s, Greta Van Fleet. Number 5, they're one of Nashville's grooviest bands, Moon Taxi. Number 4, their 2017 release, A Black Mile to the Surface, was one of the year's top-selling albums on vinyl, Manchester Orchestra. Number 3, they performed in 2017 both live from Studio X and as part of the 2017 XRT Holiday Jam, Real Estate. And number 2, every one of us sings 1 or 2 lines from his song Shine when we hear it on XRT, Mondo Cosmo. In the 2017 XRT Listener Poll Rookie of the Year, Alice Merton.
Please welcome back up to present Album of the Year, Mr. Lynn Bramer.
I don't know how those rock stars do it. I do have to say, I never noticed this before, but Ryan Arnold dances like Ricky Henderson runs the bases baseball reference.
I got it.
You got to listen to Matt Spiegel on the score to get stuff like that. I forgot that I'd have to talk. Of course, as my boss can tell you, that happens each and every morning. Now we salute the album, the collection, the whole enchilada, the artist who managed to look beyond the lead track and provide us with a catalog of musical memories, the top 10 albums of the year in the 2017 XRT Listener Poll. Number 10, Cage the Elephant, who realized that sometimes your best songs are by other people, with the live album Unpeeled. Number 9 comes the headliner of our Tivoli Theater concerts in February, the guy who sang, "But wherever you are, I hope the high road leads you home again to a world you want to live in." Jason Isbell and the 400 unit, the Nashville Sound. Number 8, a band that graced us at Wrigley Field in 2017, Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold. Number 7, the band with the brilliant baritone, The National, Sleep Well, Beast. Our favorite Canadians are number 6. Our favorite dancing Canadians, especially Regine Chasson, Arcade Fire, Everything Now. And now, the top 5 albums of the year chosen by the XRT listener. Number 5, a band who understands heaven and hell are born together. U2, Songs of Experience. Number 4, the band who gave us pain, much to our sick delight. War on Drugs, A Deeper Understanding. Number 3, the best thing to come out of Wasilla, Alaska since, well, ever. Portugal the Man with Woodstock. The number 2 album of the year, the man whose music passed through his imaginative prism, Beck, Colors. And the number 1 album of 2017, chosen by all of you, the XRT listeners, Spoon Hot Thoughts.
Please welcome the belle of the ball, always, whenever she's in the room, our own National Radio Hall of Famer, Miss Terry Hammertz.
No, I am a nerd. I'm and I feel like surrounded by other music nerds, and it makes me feel good. And in fact, you know, speaking of the Beatles, it reminded me, because my category is the Song of the Year. And growing up listening to Top 40 radio, 45 RPM records, it was all about the singles. It wasn't about the albums yet. And there was something exciting about listening to Top 40 radio on New Year's Eve, and they do the countdown for the year. And I was back in Piqua for holidays, you know, in college, listening to my favorite station, WING in Dayton, and to get another New Year's Eve alone. And I didn't have a cat then either. It was really pathetic. But I was counting down. A great year, 68. So many great songs, and I was, every time they play, oh yeah, that was great, that was great. It got down, number 2. You know, they were all men announcers back then, back in the old days. Number 2. And I thought, oh, what's number 2? Hey Jude. And I go, number 2? Am I listening to WING or WTF? You know, I mean, just, number 2. What could beat Hey Jude? Come on. It was Honey by Bobby Goldsboro. Don't sing it! Don't sing it! No, 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 no. Okay. That's when I decided I'd never work in Ohio, and I'd come to Chicago where people have really good taste in music. I have been working at XRT for almost every year of my life, 44 years. And Every year, and this is serious because I tell my friends this, every year I'm always amazed at the results of the listener poll because it just reaffirms my confidence in your impeccable taste of music and your commitment to supporting music in Chicago. So I applaud you. No, thank you. All right. Rock and roll. It saved our lives, didn't it? Okay. Now here are the, we asked you XRT listeners what songs defined this past year. Here are the results. Best song, 2017. And Bobby Goldsboro is not on the list. God. And if you think, I don't know that song, don't go home and put it on YouTube. No, just don't. Okay, number 10. A song that made it worth our while to pay attention to the lyrics. I mean, anytime you have a song about Jesus and getting high in one song and it makes sense, I sign up for that. It's a song about heartbreak and healing, Mondo Cosmo, Shine. The nuns told me it was devil music. They were right. I love it. Number 9. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Number 9. Thank you. A cover version of Reckless Eric. Who ever thought anybody would cover Reckless Eric? I'm so excited. It turned out to be a great mood elevator. Brilliant cover. Cage the Elephant. Whole Wide World. Number 8. A band from New Orleans that made that musical mecca current. The Revivalists, Wish I Knew You. Well, number 7, I dedicate this to my niece Ellen. When we drive back to Ohio, long drives with our iPods, when I was driving, I turned her on to Pet Sounds, and when she was driving, she turned me on to Beck, big time. And I wish I had a picture of what goes on in Beck's brain, you know? It's so funky and so colorful and so cool, especially on his 2017 release, Beck, Up All Night. Thanks, Ellen. Good niece. Number 6, it's almost frightening when a band starts off great and then gets even better with each release. I hope they continue to scare us out of our wits. The National, the system only dreams in total darkness. Number 5, if you're freaked out about the so-called feminization of America, I knew you'd like that, Mary. Take a chill pill with this 4.5 minutes of musical testosterone. The Killer's the man. The world is full of metaphors, isn't it? Number 4, when a 24-year-old woman who's lived in Germany, Connecticut, Ontario, New York, London, and back to Germany, when she wants to write about living with no roots, you might want to pay attention. She knows what she's singing about. And let me add, I'm thrilled she's Rookie of the Year. She came and played at the station and won our hearts. She is a sweetheart. Congratulations, Alice Merton. No Roots. Somebody's got to call her and tell her she got Rookie of the Year. She'll love that. She's great. Number 3, as a member of the Drive-By Truckers, we knew this man knew how to rock, but he grew up to be a poet. Heard enough of the white man's blues. Sang enough about himself. Took us on a search for hope. Hope the High Road, Jason Isbell, and the 400 Units. Number 2, or as they say on WING, number 2. Okay. Hey Jude, no. Number 2, if the City Winery had a disco ball, we'd turn it on right now. How a band from Montreal, or as we say up there, Montreal, how can a band from Montreal sound like they were born and raised in Stockholm? How they can incorporate the ghost of ABBA. How they get the spirit of 70s dance music into this and still get us to love it. It sounds like a nightmare. No, it's a great song. It takes talent to do that. Arcade Fire, everything now. Number 1, a band from Wasilla, Alaska, who assured me they cannot see Russia from their house. Gave us a song with a hook that could have come from Detroit, Michigan. The ultimate summer song, the one you turned up to 11 on the car radio, the song that could actually change your mood if you let it in. And when they performed this live on our Blue Cross Blue Shield stage, I was reminded why music is essential. Portugal the Man, Feel It Still.